Alright guys, so today we are going to be talking about Terra Luna, how it is a crash-proof coin-ish, and how much you guys can expect to make from it if you guys decide to buy it. So with that, let's get started with Coin Bureau, because he's very, very intelligent.
Terra was founded in 2018 by Daniel Shin and Do Kwon. Terra was built by Terraform Labs, a for-profit software company based in South Korea. In a sentence, Terra is a network of decentralized stablecoins.
Terra is a network of decentralized stablecoins, okay? All the stablecoins that we have right now, they say it's a cryptocurrency, but they are not decentralized, okay? All of them are owned by one company and they have a lot of control over it. So Terra UST is actually pretty much the most decentralized stablecoins out there. Although it is still run by Terraform Labs has almost very little control over it. So it is still semi-centralized, but it is still the most decentralized stablecoins out of everyone else.
Terra's most popular decentralized stablecoin is UST, which is pegged to the US dollar. But the Terra protocol supports over a dozen decentralized stablecoins pegged to other fiat currencies as well. In contrast to centralized stablecoins, Terra's decentralized stablecoins are not backed by assets like cash or government debt. Instead, Terra stablecoins are backed by Terra's native LUNA coin, but not in the way that other decentralized stablecoins are.
Yes, and to better explain this supply and demand concept, let's go over to the actual Terra website and the actual Terra video and check it out.
At Terra, we've designed a machine that swaps $1 worth of LUNA to 1 UST. Investors who predict UST will be more useful and used in the future can buy and hold LUNA. When the value of UST rises above $1, any LUNA holder can swap $1 worth of LUNA for 1 UST and sell each UST for more than $1, making a profit. The newly introduced UST expands the pool, bringing its price back to the $1 peg.
So when the value of UST goes above $1, you would take your LUNA and convert to UST, because your $1 of LUNA can become like, let's say, $1.10 of UST. That means you make a 10% profit.
Now LUNA is more scarce and therefore more valuable. During times of contraction, any UST holder can profit by swapping UST for LUNA, raising the price of 1 UST back to $1 US.
Okay, so now that we know about Terra Luna and UST, let's talk about the biggest apps on the Terra Luna ecosystem, and that is Achor Protocol.
Users simply purchase some UST, deposit it into Anchor, and boom, instant, stable, high-yield savings.
So let's talk about the Achor Protocol a little bit. The Achor Protocol offers frictionless access. Anchor Savings has no minimum deposits, no account freezes, or sign-up requirements. It can be used by anyone in the world with access to the internet. So they make it very, very easy for you to use. No sign-ups, okay? You don't even need an account. Now, how much does Anchor give you? Well, you can earn up to a 19.5% right now, okay? And obviously, this number changes, but if you look back from here, it's a pretty straight line, so around 19.5% in terms of interest rates. Obviously, that is very, very good because, the S&P only averages around 10.5%. If you get a 19% fixed annual rate, okay, that means that no matter what happens with any other coins, with Terra Luna coin, Anchor will still give you 19.5%. This is very good for people in their 50s and 60s who are afraid of a market crash. Just leave it in there and then you will get consistent returns. Now, obviously, I know that this percentage cannot last, okay? It cannot last for a very, very long time. But for now, at least I think for the next year or two, it'll probably drop down a little bit, but it'll still be very, very good. But wait, this video is sponsored by I Trust Capital. Did you guys know that you guys had to pay taxes on your crypto gains? However, there is one way and only one way that you guys do not have to pay taxes on your crypto gains. And that is to open a Roth IRA. But the thing is, most Roth IRAs do not allow you to buy and sell cryptos. And those that do are very, very expensive. But not iTrust Capital. Business Insider ranked iTrust Capital as the #1 crypto retirement account for low fees. So if you currently don't have a Roth IRA, then you should, okay? You definitely should, because crypto now is going to be exploding within the next decade, and you do not want to pay taxes on those gains. So sign up for iTrust Capital today and get $100 worth of free Bitcoin when you use my link below. Thank you very much, and now back to the video. So now that we've briefly covered Anchor, let's talk about Terra Luna, what it has been up to, and how good is Terra Luna? Can we trust Terra Luna to not crash?
Terra completed its aforementioned Columbus 5 upgrade. This improved Terra in 5 ways. First, it introduced a small percentage of permanent Luna burns every time a Terra stablecoin is minted, laying the groundwork for Luna to become a deflationary asset.
Deflationary asset. Before, if you guys didn't know, only a little bit of the Luna was burned when they made from the Luna to UST. But now all of the Luna coins are burned. Yeah, so now the supply is probably going to be very, very fixed. So the price should only rise if the adoption is there.
Second, it allocated a portion of swap fees from the Terra swap DEX to Terra validators, nearly doubling their staking rewards.
Nearly doubling their staking powers. This is why when you stake Terra Luna, you can get around 7 to 10% APY on your rewards, okay? 7 to 10%. That's almost double that of Cardano and Ethereum.
Third, it added support for the Cosmos Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol, or IBC, making it possible for Terra to seamlessly interoperate with other cryptocurrencies that have also implemented IBC.
So basically, in layman's terms, it allows the Terra Luna coin and the UST stablecoin to pretty much join the Cosmos ecosystem.
Fourth, it increased Terra's block size and optimized transaction ordering, which improved Terra's TPS by 33x.
33x. TPS is transactions per second. It increases the transaction per second by 33%.
And finally, it opened the door to Ozone, a decentralized insurance protocol for Terra's ecosystem that's funded by Terra's massive community treasury.
Ozone is an insurance protection that manages the risks of the Terra platform, the coin, and the Terraform labs. So basically, they just have a whole lot of money and they try to mitigate risky assets. So how much is actually in this Ozone project?
In November, Luna holders voted to convert all the Luna in the community treasury into UST, burning 89 million Luna, worth $4.5 billion at the time. This was partially done as part of the release of the Ozone Insurance Protocol, which was taken over by a Terra project called Risk Harbor in November.
Risk Harbor has control over the Ozone project. They don't have access to the money, but they manage it. Now let's talk about some concerns about UST.
Terra co-founder and CEO Do Kwon also revealed that he had been served by the SEC at the Messari Mainnet conference in September as part of the regulator's crackdown against synthetic stocks. The SEC wanted to fine Terraform Labs for creating the Mirror protocol and were offering a lesser fine if the company and Do complied. Rather than complying, Terraform Labs and Do filed a counter lawsuit against the SEC on the grounds that the lawsuit was null and void because Do was publicly served at the conference without due process. Now, what's crazy is that it sounds like the countersuit has a solid chance of winning, but so far it's yet to be settled on either side.
Okay, so this is what makes Terraform Labs important, okay? The fact that it is based in South Korea, so pretty much Do Kwon can give the middle finger to the SEC-ish. They still have rules and regulations, but he is not that afraid of the SEC because he is based in South Korea. So there are a lot less restrictions on him and what he can do. Now, also because of the SEC, you cannot buy a UST and LUNA in a lot of American companies. You cannot buy it on Binance USD. You cannot buy it on Coinbase. Apparently, the only way to get LUNA in America is to buy it on a KuCoin or Bitfinex. Okay, this is a Durian Cake. If you guys don't know what a durian is, it's this thing. Okay, it's considered the smelliest fruit on earth, but to some people, it actually smells really good. I'm not one of those people. I'm just kidding. I love durian. It's pretty good. So, in order to make this video better, less boring, I'll be eating this in front of your face just so you would know how it would taste like, or you can imagine how it would taste like. It's pretty good. So, how they made this is that these are individual layers, right? Individual layers of crepe. And then they put in the layers of cream and filling. And then between the cream and filling, they put in the durian. This cake by itself, it's around $70, $80. Just the cake itself. No decorations, just the durian and the cream and the crepe. The reason why it's so expensive is because one fresh durian can go up to like $70, $80. So what they did is that they probably used maybe half a durian for this cake, and then they make the profit of like $30. Durian is very high in sugar, so be careful. Don't eat too much. Now, let me know in the comments below. Do you like me eating food in front of your face? Because if you do, I could always eat more food in front of your faces. Oh my goodness. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's see how much you guys can realistically get if you guys invest in a LUNA or in UST. Okay, so currently as of February 8th, Terra LUNA is at $55.26. So it has a current market cap of $22,183 million. Its circulating supply is 401 million coins, while its total supply is 818 million coins. Now, if we go to the spreadsheet here, let's say that the price here is $55.3. And with $55, let's say that you managed to buy 20 coins. Okay, with the 20 coins, you guys can see that the total investment is $1,100. Not bad, a pretty significant investment. Price change. Let's say that if you are holding LUNA, it goes up 20% per year. So every year we can see that the price of Terra LUNA is increasing by 20% each year. This is very reasonable since its all-time high is $100. And if we look at here, it won't hit $100 again until the next 3.5 to 4 years. So now for the APY, let's say that it's a 9% APY because you invested into the Terra Station wallet and you get 7 to 10% APY. Now we'll just say it's 9. And percent changes, let's say that it stays pretty consistent because the wallet should guarantee you a pretty good consistency in the APYs. Now, if all these numbers hold relatively true, and then you can see that your $1,300 would go up to around $12,000 or $16,000 in 10 years. Right? $1,000 to $16,000. That's, believe it or not, $16,000 is not life-changing, but if you invest $1,000 into $16,000, that's a very, very big change. Now, imagine, instead of 20 coins, you have 200 coins. Because, you know, Terra LUNA is ranked number 9 in terms of total coins, and UST is ranked number 4th in terms of the stable coins in the world. Chances are it's very stable and you can afford to put more money into it because there's a lot of confidence in it. If you invest $13,000 into it, in 10 years you could have $162,000, okay? $16,000 might not be life-changing, but $160,000 is. Even in 10 years, its market cap would only be $280 billion. And just to give you guys some perspective, Ethereum right now is worth $367 billion. So can Terra Luna hit $280 billion market cap in 10 years? Yeah, okay, I'd say yes. Now, realistically, I cannot make a 10-year prediction because no one's going to know what's going to happen to crypto in 10 years. But I think a conservative estimate is within the next 3 to 4 years, okay, it can hit $100. And if it does hit $100, if you put $13,000 in 4 years, you can have $32,000. Now, the second way to invest is to buy UST coins and just leave it in the Anchor Protocol and get a 20% return every year for as long as you want. And the people who are doing this are mainly people in their 50s or 60s who are about to retire and they cannot afford another market crash, which could very happen within the next month or two or in the next year. And for Anchor Protocol, if nothing happens to it, you should not be able to lose money. Right? Anchor Protocol is a way to just keep constantly gaining money. So if we change the coin price from $55 to $1, because the UST will always be worth $1. And for your coins, let's say that your coins, 13,000 coins, which is $13,000. Price change goes to 0 because it never changes. APY goes from 9% to 19.5%. Now, there is something that I would like to clarify. I believe that a 19.5 to 20% APY is unsustainable. I would give it another year or two until it goes down. So be careful with that. Do not bank on the Anchor Protocol having a 20% APY forever, because it won't. So and that's why, let's say that the APY change is negative 10% per year. If you invest $13,000 in UST, okay, in UST, then in 10 years, you could have $42,000. That is almost a 3x return. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And see you guys next time. Bye.